Talking about the mental health or the mental illnesses, there is a huge stigma, or there are a lot of taboos that are attached to these different aspects of mental illnesses. Varying from the facts, there are a lot of myths, basically, the varying mythologies that are surrounding these mental illnesses are basically the children do not suffer from these mental illnesses, which is basically wrong. And children are basically forming the 25% of the mental illnesses. And adolescents are also included in this age group and this social group. So these mythologies and these taboos have been surrounding and are a part of these mental illnesses. Then there is another myth that treatment is usually not required for these mental illnesses and what should not avail the services that are found in a particular society. So it's again a myth, and the treatment is found over there, and sometimes quite necessary to get hands on to this treatment. And the people suffering from mental illnesses are usually 100% or successfully they recover from these mental illnesses after getting the appropriate treatment. So these stigmas can only be removed if one basically provides awareness to the people in a particular society. So working as a clinical psychiatrist, as a working psychologist, one should have his burden of duty that he should basically provide the awareness to the people around them that the mental illnesses are a major problem, even in the children, even in the adolescents, and it basically comprises all of the age groups. And the people suffering from these mental illnesses, they need help and they need the services of the people, of the psychiatrists in that area or in that topographical region. And after attaining these services, they can be successfully recovered and they can be taken out from that mental trauma that they're suffering from. So all of this awareness criteria has to be given when you're working as a psychiatrist, or even if you're not a psychiatrist and you're not a professional in that field, but you're working as a clinician, you should provide awareness to the people around you that mental aspect is a very important aspect towards being a healthy individual, towards being a productive individual in a community. And even if one wants to be at a social and at a physical, mental harmony, spiritual harmony with oneself, one should be in a fruitful state mentally, physically, spiritually, and socially. So all of these aspects of health have to be covered when one has to be productive in a community, and one should know how to deal with emotional stresses as well. So these stigmas and taboos can only be removed by complete awareness if it is spread in a particular way. So in this section, we are focusing on the stigmas that are related to the child mental illness and stigmas. So this is one of the important aspects over here that we'll be discussing. And then we'll be discussing the role of the media in the spread of knowledge and the spread of awareness towards these mental illnesses. So if you're suffering from depression, or if someone around you is suffering from depression, he should have a complete knowledge, or sometimes even the basic knowledge towards this problem can be spread through the media. And it can be, we can talk about the print media, or we can talk about the visual media as well. So the mental illnesses and the stigma associated with these mental illnesses is again very important, and we'll be discussing them over here in this section. Then there are a lot of interventions that can be done to reduce the stigma. So these interventions can be made by the people belonging to the medical profession, or to the people even in the community that can work as the people who can spread awareness relating to these mental problems, mental illnesses, and they can spread awareness to get treatment aligned for these mental illnesses and get the productivity from a lot of people in the society and work towards the welfare and well-being of the society. To be a fruitful society, to be a cooperative and a productive society, one should have people with healthy minds and with no psychological illnesses. So the mark of infamy and disgrace, it's one of the aspects, and it's sometimes quite disgraceful to admit that one is suffering from some sort of a mental illness. May it be a child, or may you be the parent of a child who's suffering from the mental illness. Sometimes these parents won't admit that they have a child who's mentally suffering from a particular kind of an illness. The signs of moral blemish. So these mental illnesses are sometimes regarded as the people who are suffering from the moral instability as well. So that is not the case always. It's only the people who are suffering, it's only the people who are suffering from some criminalistic kind of forensic psychiatry. It's only a part of the psychiatry, and it's not the whole psychiatric illnesses that revolve around this moral defamacy. So these stains or reproach that are caused by dishonorable conduct and the reproachful characterization. So the society will react to a particular kind of illness in a particular way. They will regard it as a person who is violent, who is not morally stable, who is basically a disgrace to his or her family. So so these taboos, these stigmas have to be removed from the mental people suffering from the mental illnesses. So the ignorance is the vital part. Ignorance is basically playing the vital part in this, in the spread of these stigmas. Prejudice is again, the people basically discriminate between the people who are suffering from the mental illness and between the people who are mentally well. Then this discrimination should be avoided in majority of the cases. So this is basically a criteria that is giving you an idea that 79% of the children with mental health disorders don't receive the treatment. So look at the high ratio of the children, the people basically, the families basically hide these mentally ill, basically the children are facing the psychological difficulties at this level, and maybe they're not suffering from a whole full-fledged disorder, but these psychological variants have to be dealt with in detail. Now, among the children, 66.8% of the children have attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder. 3.5 have oppositional defiance disorder and conduct disorder, and then 3% have depression, 2.1% have anxiety disorders, 1.1 have autism, and 0.2 have Tourette syndrome. So among the adolescents, that is between the age group of 12 to 17, 4.7 they illicitly use drugs, and 4.2 use the alcohol as a substance abuse. So these are the ratios that will give you an idea towards the adolescent psychiatry. Then this is basically the mentally ill people. They are sometimes found in the different frenzies, in the different criminalistic attitudes or activities around them, and sometimes it's only a proportion of these mentally ill people, but sometimes this criminal stigma is related and it is adjoined to these mentally ill people who are not always criminals. Then interventions have to be done to reduce this stigma. How can we do that? We can have the high profile campaigns, so the high profile people can come and join these campaigns and spread awareness towards these mental illnesses, the anti-stigma work in the medical schools. So sometimes even people suffering from a slight depression or anxiety, they are found and they are labeled as unfit to be at the medical schools. Then a good medical practice should be made, and along if you're working even in any field, you should have the burden of duty to spread knowledge and awareness regarding these mental illnesses. So these were the stigmas, the taboos that are usually associated with these mental illnesses, and how can we work towards this improvement. So that is the end to this section. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.